credit is not a problem. Your house is not a problem. Your car is not a problem. Your situation is not a problem. Your thoughts are the problem. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
We're going to look at Proverbs 23 verse 7a today. We're about to see what some of the most popular preachers and teachers have to say about this verse, and in fact how they build their messages around this verse. Well, actually, it's not true. What they do is they have a message they need a verse for. Then they go and hunt for a verse and take that out of context. We both know that if you take a verse out of context, you're in danger of misinterpreting and going off the rails. They don't even have the decency to take a verse out of context. They take part of the verse. They take a small fraction of the verse out of context so that it will fit their message, so they can sell you a series of books. Joyce Meyer's Battlefield of the Mind is one. They can sell you their next tapes, their next CDs. They can lock you into forking over your money. That's all they care about. The only thing you have of value is your money as far as they're concerned.
If people say that I'm brainwashing you, they are exactly right. Turn the TV on. I want to brainwash you too. Nothing is worse than the wrong mentality. Because as a man thinketh, so is he.
Proverbs 23:7, read it with me. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your attitude determines your attainments. Too many of God's children have what I call stinking thinking.
So it all begins and ends with your thinking. To think the way that Jesus Christ thinks and not the way the world thinks. 5 years from now, your life will be the result of your thinking. So what it says in the scriptures in Proverbs, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, that is literally true. You are what you think. Good thoughts produce good fruit. Bad thoughts produce bad fruit.
So what you've seen is absolutely false. Very popular teaching. Eat thou not the bread of him that has an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. English Standard Version says this: do not eat the bread of a man who is stingy. Do not desire his delicacies, for he is like one who is inwardly calculating. Eat and drink, says he to thee, but his heart is not with you. NIV says this: do not eat the food of a begrudging host. Do not crave his delicacies, for he is the kind of person who is always thinking about the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. Your Revised Standard Version says this: do not eat the bread of the stingy, nor desire their delicacies, for like a hair in the throat, so are they. Eat and drink, they say to you, but they do not mean it. You will vomit up the little you have eaten, and you will waste your pleasant words. So if we look at it simply in context, we simply take the time to look at it and compare it with other translations, and we should, because initially when you look at it in the King James, it's a little bit confusing. We can see that clearly it doesn't mean what these people are preaching on.